Hello guys, Brad here again with another video. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different. Maybe even start my own tag series. I'm going to call this 5 Fragrance Samples for Life. Now, if you watch fragrance videos on YouTube, you might see a lot of reviewers are doing this tag series where they talk about maybe 5 or 10 fragrances that they feel that are, something that they have to have for life. And they show the bottles and talk about them and everything. I think it's a great idea for a tag video. But for me, a lot of my favorite fragrances I don't have bottles of. I just have a lot of samples of them, and I get quite a lot of use out of the samples, sometimes more so than my bottles, because I love grabbing my samples. So let me show you 5 samples from my collection that I have multiple samples of and give a little brief talk about each one. Now, the first one I'll talk about is a fragrance called Calvin Klein. Man, this is probably my favorite Calvin Klein fragrance right now. If you haven't tried it, I think you really should if you like violet leaf type fragrances. It's got a violet leaf accord in there, but it's also got like this minty incense in there as well that really makes it appealing, in my opinion. I think you can still buy a bottle for about $25, $30, and I keep very close to buying a bottle and adding it to my Hall of Fame list with all those other great fragrances that I have. But for some reason, I saw the sample pack and I decided I'd just go ahead and get the samples as well. That way, if I'm on a trip or something, I can just throw one in my bag and I can wear it like that. Because this one I really like to wear. It's pretty much a good year-round fragrance because Violet Leaf I think is pretty versatile and easy to wear year-round. So yeah, I got a bunch of these samples of Calvin Klein Man, and I'm glad I have those in my collection so I can wear this one pretty much whenever I want. Second one I want to talk about is another Violet Leaf fragrance. This one's a little bit more high scale, and I believe this one is discontinued and probably will be more expensive and hard to find. And that is from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and that is called L'Homme Libre. I got a bunch of samples of that one as well. Pretty much set for life with the L'Homme Libre, and so I'm glad to have that one in my collection because I know bottles are getting hard to come by. I'm not sure why they discontinued this one. It's one of my favorite L'Homme flankers in the series. I still like the original L'Homme. I have a sample that I wear from time to time with that, but this one, it's a violet leaf fragrance. Got a little bit of a star anise accord in there too. Gives it a classy touch. Um, I find it a little bit similar to the original but this one kind of does its own special thing. And I really enjoy wearing that one from time to time as well because, like I said, with the Calvin Klein Man, it's got violet leaf in there, and I'm really liking the violet leaf fragrances as of late. So looks like I'm set for quite a while with L'Homme Libre. Glad to have that one. Definitely check that one out if you like violet leaf and you haven't tried it yet. Third one I want to talk about. This one I believe is more of like an independent fragrance. It's called Winter Oak from the house of Raw Spirit. Got a bunch of samples of this one here. The only downside is that the samples are vial samples, so I have to decant this into a sprayer. But I believe the bottles of this one were pretty pricey, maybe like an ounce bottle was like $60 or so. I think it was pretty much similar to like a Joe Malone pricing. So, a pricey fragrance, but I was able to get a good deal on these samples. Winter Oak, just a nice woody fragrance when you're in the mood for like a woody fragrance. It's got some saffron in there with the oak, a little leather and musk. So it's a nice choice, unisex woody fragrance. Glad to have this one in my collection called Winter Oak by Raw Spirit. If you get a chance, check that one out. Okay, the next two. Uh, yeah, this is another cheapie you can get on line. It's called New York Yankees cologne. Got a bunch of samples of that one. It's kind of weird when you're not a Yankees fan to have a bottle of New York Yankees cologne, but I do think it's a nice smell. I think somebody at Fragrantica described it best. They said it was kind of like Polo Blue meets Ed Hardy's Love and Luck. So if you like those two fragrances, I think that one pretty much is what you get with the New York Yankees cologne. Very easy to wear, great, versatile, everyday scent. New York Yankees cologne. Check it out if you haven't already. I think it's a great, cheap, clean scent. Finally, This is my most recent sample pack purchase. This one is Marc Jacobs Bang Bang. Now, I'm not sure how many people are even aware of this fragrance. I know a lot of people know about Marc Jacobs Bang. It's a very peppery fragrance. It had that bottle with like that big dent in the side of it. Very cool looking bottle. A little bit too peppery for my taste, but this flanker really uh, surprised me. This one is more of a sandalwood fragrance, kind of a sweet sandalwood fragrance. Pretty easy to wear, much more easy to wear, I think, than the original Bang. So I'm glad to have samples of this one. I might actually wear this one tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I just kind of tested it on my arm when I got this packet. This is from Hong Kong, so I had to actually go to the post office to pick it up because it was like a registered mail thing. But yeah, Bang Bang. If you like sweet sandalwood fragrances, a great thing to check out. Bottles are getting a little bit pricey. I think they are discontinued, but the sample pack I think I got for like $20. So I figured this was a great way to always have Bang Bang in my collection and not have to shell out the bucks for the full size bottle. So there you go. There's five fragrances that I have in my collection that I can wear pretty much whenever I want because I have plenty of samples of them, and they're all pretty good fragrances. So anybody else want to brag about their sample pack collection and which ones they think are great to have, go ahead and do a response video. Or if you've never purchased a sample pack before, go on eBay and check and see the prices and see if you can maybe get a better deal with the sample packs. Not only can you save money, but for convenience, you can throw these in um, your gym bag, put one in your locker at work, take it on vacation, not have to worry about confiscation at the airport and stuff like that. Great option, something to think about. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.